Chloe Demira of Save the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes. And today we are finally being able to play with the Cosmic Brushes Undergrowth palette. So if you would like to see this gorgeous palette at work, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. This is my kind of color story. So this is Cosmic Brushes Undergrowth palette. The outside matches the inside, or the sleeve matches the inside cover. And I thought we would play with this today. So this is officially my last physical purchase, hopefully, of this year for makeup. I've decided the one brand that I always seem to get a little bit of FOMO over is the Cosmic Brushes. So if they do release one for Christmas, maybe that one, depending on where we're at. But at the moment, this is my final purchase for the year, and I had to. This is so beautiful. So I got a nice grungy green sweater on, a green hair flower, and we are going to play with this bad boy here. So I thought maybe I'd put on some glasses. We'll do some quick swatches because you know I'm not the best at them, and then we will go and do an eye look today. And wow, so beautiful. And of course it will be grungy and green with some nice shiny bits. Alrighty, so again, this is Undergrowth. This is, I'm going to assume, unless they're going to do another special one, the Halloween fall palette of the year. This is one thing nice about Cosmic Brushes or Cosmic Beauty, I think they're trying to rebrand as. They don't do a lot, so it's usually a few releases a year, so maybe they'll do one for Christmas. I'm still having so much FOMO because the very first palette that I missed, I ended up also getting the Neutrals palette as well, but we'll do it better late than never on that one. But here is the new one here. So we're going to go, of course, we're going to go from my left to right, and then we'll go down the rows, and we will do some quick swatches. And I'm going to try and not make them too big so I can see if I can get them all onto one arm. Should I do this arm, which is easier? This arm is easier. Okay, so the first shade is called Vegetation. This is a shimmery green shade. So there we go there. That is definitely a nice topper or inner eye color. So then we've got Herbium. So this is a beautiful light pale green. This one would also be very good for blending. Then we've got the shade called Algae. I can pronounce that. So there we go. There is Algae. Then we've got the shade called Fern. This is a darker, so it just starts to get a little bit darker. These are just one swipe quickly with my finger. And then the next shimmery shade in here is called Wilderness. This is a goldy shimmer there. That is super, super pretty. So now we're on to the second row. So the first shade is called Nettle. There we go. There is Nettle. Oh, that's a little crooked, but here we are. Then we have the shade Undergrowth. This one looks so beautiful. So these two go absolutely lovely. This would be a good one, kind of like almost a one and done, a one matte, one shimmer look. Then we've got the shade called Murky. So that is that there. Then we've got oh, this one is super soft and feels so nice on the finger. This one is called Swamp. And then we have a Bark. So there we go, and there is Bark. So it is the very, very dark brown. And as I was saying, one swatch, finger, no primer. So now we're on to row 3. Now we've got the shade that is called a Boggy. So that is that there. And then we have Roots. This one I'm going to do a second swatch with because I didn't grab very much. So there is Roots. Then we have Marsh. This color really calls to me. This yellowy green. Then we have Lichen, like so, and then a Firefly. So I'm doing pretty good, not having them too far apart, but they are pretty big swatches. And then there is a Fireflies there. So that's what we're looking at there. And then for the final row, clean my fingers off here, we've got the shade that is called Clay. Let's stick Clay right here. So then we've got the shade Clay. Oh, it might have been easier doing it this way. Live and learn. So then we have a Fungi. So that's that shade there. Ooh, that's really pretty. And then we've got reeds. In the reeds, there we go, another good blending shade. And then we've got cordyceps. Oh, that one's really pretty. And then finally we've got sludge. So there we go. So first 3 rows, the 4th row. So I'm thinking this is really good. You're definitely going to get better swatches on the cosmic brushes, or who else do I know? Carrie Kay got this as PR, so she should definitely have some beautiful swatches and beautiful looks for you as well. So definitely check out Miss Carrie Kay. She is so sweet. Alrighty. Now let's put some of this stuff on our eyes. I did my base. I used a little bit of the orange blush that I got from Likely Makeup. I have no highlighter on because we are going to, of course, as we always do, if we're using cosmic brushes, use the Cosmic Brushes highlighter palette. For base, I've got the Ordinary foundation, a little bit of my Nakia Joy pinky kind of powder, my brows on, and that is it. Alrighty. So we are going to prime with our P. Louise base. So excited to get Rumor 2 back into our life. So we are, I know I have other older ones I should open first, but here we are. I am nothing if not consistent. Let's open the new stuff first. All right, so we got some primer. Then I thought I would have my hair and everything all ready, just to have a concentrated look playing with makeup. And then for lipstick, I'm going to play with one of my ones from the Dolly collection. So I usually pick up one brush every time I do a Cosmic Brushes order, and the last time I forgot to add a brush, so this time I did 2. And then the time before that, oh, I got something stuck on my lip there. The time before that, I ended up getting a duplicate brush, but I did get a couple more of these, like, more trending brushes, because I really do like them. Probably would have been cheaper had I bought the set right away to begin with, but here we are. So we've got 5 brushes. So I'm going to try and stick to these. So first up, let's go into, I want to do this really dark brown shade. So it is the one that is called Bark. So we're going to take that. It looked in swatch dark brown, but now kind of when I look at it, it almost feels like it has a little bit of green to it. So let's see how it does on the eye, because swatching, ooh, I'm going to even peel the plastic off this. Look at that. Wow. Sometimes swatching on hand and on eye is 2 completely different things, especially if you're using primer. So we're going to use the shade that's called Bark. There is a little bit of kick up in here, so I'm going to try and be careful. There's definitely, I would say, like a green-brown, brown-green. And since I did my base first, normally I don't have a lot of trouble with Cosmic Brushes having stuff go all over, but you know, the time you say that is the time where it'll happen. So there we go. So now I'm going to take my new little Mad Witch mirror here, my kitty one. So speaking of kitties, someone had, I think I might have mentioned it in another video, I'm not sure, I had to take my cat to the vet because her back paw had swollen double, sometimes it was triple its size, depending on if she was doing walking on it. Well, I had to buy compression socks. Yep, compression socks for my cat. So the first way I was trying it on, it has like a little foot thing so you can pull it around over, so it like covers it to make it look like a sock. It always made it easier for her to pull it off, so now I just don't do that and have it pulled a little higher. But she works at it enough she can get it up. But I've been trying to get her to not pull on her sock. I just want to see if it works. Hopefully it does. My vet couldn't figure out what's going on even after $1,100, so he was like to try just manipulating the leg, doing massage and stuff, and trying to see, and then trying something with compression, hence me buying 0 to 3 month child compression socks. But yeah, you know, old age, things aren't moving through her body as well, so it looks like some of the fluids in her body have been hightailing it to her one leg. Okay. Oh, I really like this color bark. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, see, it is green, but with a little kind of a brown feel to it. So I would definitely say this is feeling barky. I've got this, I don't know who it's by. It sits on my desk, so every once in a while I have a little bit left of P. Louise lip mask, and then because I've started my Beauty Moon one, and then I have this lip oil, so I put the lip oil on, and it stains at this nice pinky color. So I don't own a lot of pink lip oils, just that one that I was given, and then I have one from another mystery box, one from, I think it's MAC, and boy, does that one really goes on stainy. All right, so there we go. That was Bark. So the next shade we want to try, I think we want to stick to kind of murky green. So I'm going to go a little bit into Nettle, and then I'm going to move that just a little smidge over, and then I'm going to brighten it a little bit. We're going to kind of go incrementally a bit brighter, and then we'll pick a nice shimmer. So right now we're going to go with Nettle. I'm just using the same brush because it is another pretty dark shade. Yeah. Just but murkier. This one is a little bit more, almost like brightness to it. Just a little bit there. And I'm going to use that one nice green for when I do blending along the edge, I think. Yeah, I've become a really big fan of cosmic brushes. So it was really hard to kind of pick which one would be my, I could only pick one brand to buy from because there's so many that I love, but they've been hitting it out the ballpark every single time. And of course, even with shipping, they're a little bit more affordable than some of the indie brands. I'm thinking this is the one, at least for right now, that I'm going to stick to because I'm trying to stop buying makeup, period. I have way too much. But anybody's going to give me FOMO, it's going to be this brand. A few other brands that would have done it for me in the past. They've been doing so many more neutrals and things like that, so it's been a little bit easier. So it's kind of taking me off their radar a little bit. And I'm going to try for the month of October for Halloween to use all my Halloween palettes that I already own. And I was gifted one from a brand that I've been dying to try. So that's going to be probably for my first October Halloween video. I have of course my normal video with my name twin coming out for the 1st, which is Tuesday. So maybe I might do then for Monday, even though it's not quite to the Halloween yet. Maybe I might do my first look then. I haven't quite decided. I'm really excited to play with that palette, but you know. Alrighty, so there we go. That was Nettle. So we went into Bark and then into Nettle. And I guess we are doing a rounded look. So now I'm going to take this, one of my new ones here, a little floofer here. Let's see what they are on there. I think they're just numbered. So this is the is that 54 or 34? Hold the line. I can't find where I put my little magnifying glass. It is, CB4. There we go. That B looked like a 5. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit, we're going to use CB4. The brush that I was using before is CB1. So now we are going to go into that shade that I thought would make a beautiful blending shade. So that is the one that is called, and I couldn't really pronounce, Herbarium, that one, that's the one. So we're going to take a little bit of that just so we can blend the edge, and then also sets that little bit of primer that I have still up a little ways up there. You can just see a little bit of the color. This is definitely a good blending one. Or if you want a really nice matte inner corner, that would look really nice. All right, there we go. We've got the edge blended a little bit there, just to. There we go. So the next shade we are going to use, and then I'm going to use my other newest brush, and this one is it CB2? Yes. So we are going to go into, maybe I will. I'm going to use the other two shades here. So I'm going to go into Fern, and then I'm going to go into Algae. So let's do a little bit of Fern. Yeah, this one's almost the color of my sweatshirt. So if anybody else has got this palette and I don't already follow you, or if there's somebody you think I should watch that's got this palette, put it down below. Yeah, oh, that's a really nice color. I like that. Okay, so there we go. So that was Fern. And then we are going to clean off this brush and then we're going to go into Algae. I was almost going to go into Lichen for the brightest shade, but I think I still want to keep it semi-muted. This one is a little less bright than that. So let's do that. So there we go. And we can nicely see all the different gradients. Okay. Sometimes the lighting, like when I look in here, I don't see an issue, but right here in the lighting, looks like it needs a little bit of the dark one. So I'm just going to pop back a little bit into Bark. Just lightly touch that one spot there. Could also be one of the little scars on my eye that doesn't like to take color. I have one on each side. And of course one eye droops more than the other. Ah, life is an older person. Okay, I'm going to go back into that blending shade. Go along the edge here a little bit more just to match this one up a little bit, I think. Usually I like this eye better, but I think for once I'm liking that eye a little better. Okay, so now for the bottom lash line. Let's go into the shade called Murky. So we're going to go into Murky, and we're going to do that along the bottom. I'll use one of my flat brushes here, and then I'll save the other one for shimmer. So we're going to go into Murky. Alrighty, so we've got Murky along the bottom there. Go. So now I'm thinking for inner corner, we're going to take that first shade. Yeah, we're going to use that first shade. We're going to use a Vegetation that we thought would be like a nice topper shade or inner corner shade. I think we're going to do that. Look how pretty bright that is. Yeah, I think that's the right choice. Okay, and then for the main shimmer, I'm going to either use Undergrowth or Fireflies, I think. So this is Undergrowth. Oh, let's do it here. Undergrowth. Ooh. And then that one is a Firefly. Yes, yes. Could probably use both of them. Maybe I'm going to use a little bit of this one on front and then this one on the back. Well, let's do that. I also have some spray here. So let's start with the lightest one. So we are going to go into Fireflies. I love the texture of the shimmers in here. This one looks like it's a little bit of a duochrome action. Yeah, it has like some gold, but it also feels like it's got a little bit of weird. It's like peach. I don't know. It's very interesting. Yeah, I think Firefly is the perfect name for that. Okay. And then for the shade Undergrowth, let's do the first little bit with a phalange. The other one we did with the brush, and it went on beautifully with a little bit of spray. Again, this is a shimmer that you can use both. So if you don't like using your finger, you don't like the the feel of the soft shimmers, you can use a brush as well. It works just as good. Well, this one has some fun flecks on it too. Here it looks super green, but in this other light, you can see a little like almost orange in there. I think that it looks different in the light. So there we go. I think that looks good. So let's do highlighter together, and then I may play with eyeliner and everything on its own. So for highlighters, we have the frosting, and there are 3 shades in here. Do they have names? They do. Again, it's golden apple, cinnamon swirl, and a blueberry muffin. I think we are going to go into green apple. So the first shade there. I've got my Made by Mitchell brush here. And let's give us, because I think the green apple shade is the one for this look. Oh, I like these shimmers. Yeah, it does. It's like from green to very fiery. I like it. Okay. These such nice wet looking highlighters. Okay. All right, I'm going to do the rest of my look and then I'll be right. And here's our look with the Cosmic Brushes Undergrowth palette. I just put on a little bit of black liner, a little bit of mascara. Of course, I put on my Dolly Parton Honey Plum lipstick. I finally figured out how to get this to stay. So if you saw my video, it kind of broke off, but I got it to reattach. And if I just open it a little bit at a time, I can stop it from breaking further. So very excited because I really do like this color. I do have a lip oil on it. It is already a pretty sheer, but it's a little bit sheer due to the lip oil. But I really like the color. It wears down really nice, I'd have to say. This is the one thing I really like about these lipsticks, is the wear down is really nice. It doesn't get all over, so I have to admit I really enjoy that. As always, we use the highlighter palette when we use our Cosmic brushes. It's the only one they have so far, but I really like it. I love their brushes. Of course, this is what they were originally known for, hence Cosmic brushes, before they decided to slay the shadow game. They've slayed it well. And anyways, I love these little brushes. I think I have 1 or 2 more to go, and then I've got the whole set. And then, of course, the star of our show today is the palette where we did our eye look today. And of course, this is in my Happy Color Story, grungy greens with some shimmery bits, mustard. The neutrals in here are really fun because they have like an orangey kind of base, which I really like. Instead of a black, this is super dark greeny brown is fantastic. I really like this. We ended up using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 shades. 8 shades out of, what is there, 20? Out of 20 shades. So not bad. This is definitely, I think, going to be my fall palette of choice, and it will definitely get at a lot of looks. I may maybe even do a Halloween look with this one as well, as I'm playing with all my Halloween palettes, because I do have a goth palette from Cosmic Brushes, which is will be part of the thing, so you never know, maybe might sneak some of this in too. And there we go, our first look with the Undergrowth palette from Cosmic Brushes. And there we go, that's our video for today. If you like this video, please give a like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends and play with Cosmic Brushes together. As always, behave, make good choices. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.